Alright, so here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of Natives in America podcast. Sky's with us. Where you at?
Nope.
Alright, Sky's here anyway. This is an episode where we're going to have a guest on, and I guess we're going to introduce you to him. His name's Waylon Throssell. Man, are you there?
Yeah, here.
Okay, you can hear everything.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. Long-time listener, first-time caller, you know?
Hey! I like that. So, you say a long time. How long have you been listening to the show?
When was it, like, sometime last year, Sky had sent me a link to you guys' project, you know, which is pretty cool, because, you know, not that many people, I guess, that I know of that are doing something like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's, I don't know, it just kicked off out of, almost thin air, you know, just this want. What do you think so far? Do you got a, favorite episode?
Yeah, I was actually listening to that, the other one, you know, where you guys were talking about, like, time travel and all, like, movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that one was pretty cool, you know, like, I kind of have my take on what I was thinking about, too, but, you know, it kind of rolls in with that, but, you know, all this variety of topics is pretty good.
Hell yeah. Good. Yo, it's always good to hear feedback, man. We're just kind of throwing these out there in the dark and hoping anybody wants to listen.
If anything, we're listening. Yeah. I'll listen to it. So
yeah.
I'm gonna hopefully not to put no pressure, but I'm gonna enjoy this episode because I think Waylon has some things that we can pick at, especially because, like I said, we kind of heard some of this stuff. I mean, I know it's a lot to listen to. We say that sometimes, but some of the topics are out there. So
yeah,
if one grabs you, that's cool. But was there? You have a favorite time travel movie?
Okay, nice.
Time travel movie.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah. I haven't really found that really good one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't really found it and everything, but then, like, I guess kind of the concepts of different ones coming together. I mean, they're good, but I just haven't found my favorite one yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What all right. So, what's your standard? Like, what are you looking for when you think of if you're thinking about a time travel movie? What do you judge it on?
Like, I guess, you know, a good story. You know what I mean? I mean, because, like, I don't know if you guys are, like, video game fans, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's this game that I, like, you know, one of my all-time favorites is, you know, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that one, you know, like, that story and everything, that's kind of where I, you know, started liking the concept, you know, the idea of time travel and everything.
Okay.
But, how did they? Cause I know Zelda, the guy. I don't know. How did they use time travel, or how is time travel a part of it? I never knew.
Yeah, it's cool because, like, there's this one, or, like, in the game, you start off as, like, this young, like, villager kid and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
You start going off on your journey and everything, and where the time travel plays a big part in it. It's when, like, I guess, because it's set in kind of, I would say, like, you know, medieval time, kind of like swords and shields and all this stuff like
body
that.
Armor, yeah.
Yeah. So the time travel concept that comes in is more like, you know, there's this magical sword that's stuck in the stone, and once you, like, pull it out, then years go by, and it shows you, and you're in adult form. You know?
Oh, no kidding. I don't think I've ever played that one. I remember the super old one on the regular Nintendo.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played a bunch of them since, but it's like that one is what kicked me off. How long ago was that one? Like, I really don't remember it. Like, I played one where there was portals and stuff, but I don't remember that one. What was the title again?
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time?
ocarina, like the flute kind of thing, instrument.
What? Oh, is that how he's initiating it? He breaks out.
Yeah.
He breaks out the flute. Wow.
Yeah. But
Like
it's cool though. It's cool. It's kind of like an older game, but it's still a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's built back in like what Nintendo 64 age and all that.
Mm.
Yeah, but it was pretty cool.
All right. If you have you ever thought about going back in time or going forward?
I thought about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And where'd you go with it? Like was it in that episode we were talking about how it was kind of selfish. It was like a selfish act. Like you're the only one going to another time, and everybody kind of changes without you. Like you go alone, but like, where'd you go with it when you thought about time?
Like with time, I would, if anything, I would go back. I would go back in time, and like I guess some things. I guess I wouldn't really like change because leading up to where we're at right now, I would say things are in the process. They're all right. They're pretty good,
Yeah.
But as for me, I like the concept of time travel. For me, I'd rather just go back and relive some stuff or see some good times again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like in the third person kind of, not really like messing with anything, but like
yeah.
So
you would watch yourself almost like a video game.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. All right.
That's like riding a roller coaster.
All right.
Epic.
All right. Another random question: do you believe in aliens? Since we're always talking about it.
Yeah, I believe in them.
Yeah, why is it? Like, what did it for you?
So, growing up on the Reds and everything, because, I'm from down here.
Oh, yeah, where?
San Miguel, just down the road.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. You guys remember, the Rent-A-Flick?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
all right. There. Yeah, good times. So from then, like when I was like just a little kid, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
We used to like rent videos from there, and we used to go in like the one corner where it all had like the horror movies and all stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they had like these alien documentaries and everything. So we used to get those when I was little. I was pretty interested in everything.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's kind of like, for me, the way I see it, it's kind of selfish to think that we're alone in this big ass universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's where I kind of come in with that.
So you got like a love for it for a long time, or that curiosity.
Yeah, and even like in like growing up in school and stuff like that, they still had books about aliens and stuff like that. It's like, when we're like maybe like fourth grade or something like that, they still have books on that stuff. So I'm a believer. I like to believe in like, other stuff too, like, like Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot's real,
Oh, shit. We got a fellow squatcher here.
I saw him the other day.
Every time I look in the mirror.
I was chilling with him the other night. Now he's done good. I'm lost in all of this.
Well, bring it back, brother.
Well, I said there's time travel and Zelda and this. When you were talking about Zelda, I was thinking about 13 going on 30 or like big. Cause it's like they want to be. Well, I don't know if they want to be grown up, but somehow they get in a position to where suddenly they're grown up, making grown up decisions, and it's enjoying it from a kid's perspective.
Yeah,
I guess. But what about music-wise? Like, Waylon, are you? That's another common interest with.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ben and I is music, and I was I sort of told him a little bit about where you're at, but how did you start out with music? Or what do you all do? I know, I just know you do keyboards, but...
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And I know you do more.
So for music-wise, I kind of just start out as, pretty young, too, you know what I mean? It's kind of variety of interests back when I was younger. So my dad actually played a bunch of guitar, and he sang, and he used to go around, like, he played a lot in church, you know? Mm. And so he would go, I'd see him sing and everything, and, I used to, really like hearing the live music and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's church music, but still,
Now they got the same chords.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then from there, like just trying to explore different interests, and like music-wise, I tried to play the guitar, but I guess my fingers are too short or too fat or something. But it didn't come out good. So I just started messing around with different instruments, trying to find some way to make some noise.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to like in middle school, where like I know my older brother, he plays the guitar and everything. So that's when Sky's brother, my brother, in the band.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so same thing. Enjoying the live music and everything. I thought that was pretty cool, and I wanted to do that. Some form, some way, or some form, but didn't really know exactly how. So then I, started thinking about, again, like keyboards and stuff like that, because like with the keyboards, and it's not just like pianos or anything like that, like, because like what I do right now today is more like on the computers, like making beats and some songs and all that, kind of a little bit of what a band can do, but it's just on by myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so, that's where I'm at with that right now. It's that I put out a couple of songs, before, honestly, like, I kind of fell off the earth music-wise, I used to be in my earlier years, but, still trying to get back into it.
Totally get that.
Yeah.
One of your songs is called Gordy Goes Home, or I know it's Gordy, the pig but I don't think it's that song, but I know there's one song where you're using like a wolf or like a coyote, and it's just like an upbeat. Like I would hear that in the clouds, but
yeah.
I guess like, what do you I don't know, like, I guess how do you what made you come up with that idea? Or like how do you even compose music like that? Like, is there a certain way that you're doing it, or?
Yeah, so I guess my couple projects I got going on, because like that, like I mentioned earlier, there's different directions you can take music-wise and everything, and like that, the project that you're talking about is a project I call Go Home Gordy.
Yeah.
Just a little backstory on that. Yeah, it is about that pig, The name came from like that movie, because there's a part in that movie where the pig, like, I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, but it's where like basically this pig he's on a farm, and the farmer sells all his animals, and so he sells this family of pigs to, I guess, a slaughterhouse and everything. And then that pig, Gordy, is trying to chase his dad down, trying to get him off the truck and everything. And the pig's kind of like, "Go home, Gordy, go home. You know, don't follow me." I mean, I know it's sad, but
sounds like an old
a couple of heartstrings that there for me, so I just kind of drew inspiration on that. So, you know. But anyway, so that's where I got that project, Go Home Gordy. You know, just kind of like, you know, that project kind of more like, I guess, the more emotional, heartfelt kind of music coming out of there. And I got this other project too. It's called it like what is it? Pongo, short for Pongo Pygmies. You know, I'm a big movie fan, so there's another movie I got that one from. It's a movie called Dunstan Checks In. I don't know if you guys seen that one.
Checks In. I think I remember it getting released. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. There's a bunch of movies, you know. That one's just about this orangutan ape that's loose in a hotel, this big fancy hotel. So, it's pretty cool.
Wait. Name it again?
That movie, it's called Dunstan Checks In.
All right, okay. I remember seeing all the imagery for that. It was big. Big kids movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You never watched it? I never watched it, but I know the movie you're talking about.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Or maybe I've seen parts of it.
Yeah.
So I love it, man. You're stumping me. These are movies I haven't seen. Almost every one you've shown, including your video game.
Yeah.
You got me. Okay, so what was that about? That project?
So the Pongo Pig, short for Pongo Pygmies, was basically what they call this form of orangutan. You know, it's like a certain species.
Okay.
And so then I just took Pongo. So with the Go Home Gordy project, like I said, it's more emotional, heartfelt, and you know, get you right there in the, you know, the feel.
Yeah.
But then the Pongo project that I was working on, that's more of like, you know, like how Sky said, you know, in the club kind of type of deal. You know what I mean? So that song that Sky was actually talking about with the coyote, like that was back. I released that like back in like 2011, 2010, something like that. And that was basically, you know, that was back when. Like electronic music with all the hype and everything, like dubstep came out and all that stuff. So, you know,
holy shit.
That's when, and that's when I kind of just wanted to try to, you know, not make exactly that type of music, but some sort of type, you know. And I don't know. I just kind of ran with the idea of like a cyborg coyote type of deal.
Yeah.
So then, that's basically that song that he was talking about. That song's called Cyber Coyote. And it's pretty cool. You know, I have it up on my my SoundCloud, and did a YouTube video that back when I was really like more into it. Yeah, but you know, that's one of my more projects that I'm pretty proud about. Kind of see the progress on where it was going.
Well, we're all about you know, boosting people on the res or whatever. Like anybody's information. Like if you want to tell the website or what the name of the, like how people can find it. If you want to share that, feel free to tell us now. Like how do people get to these videos that you're talking about?
I share them too.
This is something we should have. Okay, we can work on that. You want to do it that way?
Yeah, either way. But that song, it reminds because in the casino they have a lot of games that are using coyotes, and when I when I used to see those games, I think that song rings in my head. The song that Waylon did.
I'm gonna have to check.
So we might even want to maybe next time play a little snippet because it's pretty cool.
All right, we gotta find that before this is all over and play something here.
Yeah. I wonder if I could pull it on my computer. I know I can. But anywho, not to lose momentum, Waylon, there was another thing too that I was interested in. Some of the stuff now, like on Instagram, where you're posting stories where you're talking, and you're like just kind of, I don't know if it's like reflection, if you want to call it that, or if it's just randomness thoughts. But you had said something about a dream, and then it kind of inspired you to go get a book that you dreamt about, but yet you said a statement that was interesting that I was like, yeah. Because it was like, there's not too many good bookstores on the south side. Or you're wishing there was, but, I mean, out of all of that, like, can you grasp anything I'm trying to say? Because I think it was all just like, a lot going on, but whatever happened to that? Did you get the book, or...
No, I haven't. The book that Sky's talking about is what was it? Lion Witch in the Wardrobe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know, for some reason, like like on top of like everything, I kind of have these weird dreams too,
Oh,
and I'm
shit. Okay.
I have like this kind of thing where I guess if you dream it, you kind of have some signs to look out for. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
For some reason, like I dreamt I was in the bookstore, and I was like, preparing for some trip or something, and try to look for something to read.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason, I had the copy of the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, and I was like, all right, preparing for some trip I was gonna take. And then, like I was still checking out the merch, whatever they had around, but I never bought it. Like I never proceeded to check out, and then I just ended up waking up, and then I was just like still had that, wanting to read that book and see what it's about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of seen the movie and everything, but I don't know if like those that. The book was better. The book was better and all that, So, but yeah, that's like how Sky was talking about, like the other day, especially with all this Rona going on and all that.
Yeah.
Try to look for something to help pass the time and all. So, I was trying to look for that book, but at that time I was only in Tucson for a couple hours, and I didn't want to take too much time. But I'm still on the hunt for that book.
Yeah.
You ever hear of Audible?
Yeah.
That's a really good way to go. Like, you got an account? I bet you could find it like that pretty quick.
Yeah. Like a download ebook.
Yeah. Well, you do their app, and then it's kind of like Netflix. You pay a certain amount a month, and then they'll give you credits, and the credits will buy you an entire book. So maybe you paid $16 for the membership, but then it'll buy you like a $32, $64 book, and it's the real deal, like the whole thing. I work overnight, so I listen to that kind of stuff. I bet you can get it there.
So like with the Audible, have you used it before? Like any recommendations? Good book?
Yeah. No. I mean, I use it, and it's okay. But I How long have you been doing Audible, Bob?
I think I can't even tell you how long. Maybe it's less than a year. Maybe 6-7 months. And if I read you the list of books, like I've probably listened to about 20 books, and I think I paid for one of them.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I've been paying the whole time. You know, your membership.
Oh, yeah, it's a membership. It's like Netflix, but with audiobooks.
Yeah, and like every month they give you a credit where you can just buy an entire book. You don't have to pay, like, it's not a discount, it just gives you a book. And it's of your choosing.
I've done a lot of Bill Jackson, because I'm a coach, so there's a lot of good books. You have a lot of good books. Now I'm doing The Art of Seduction. And it's really, I mean, not in a crazy way, like, but there's a lot of strategic. There's the same guy that did 48 Laws of Power, which is another book I got too, which was, and some of these are long too, so it can, you really feels like you get your money's worth. You think about it, but then there's some books I slept on that I got that I couldn't get into, so it's pretty cool.
Waylon, you still there?
Yes, sir. I'm sure that book you're looking for is on there too.
Yeah. So two things. The last book I think I finished was either Chaos, and it's kind of about the 60s, and it's like LSD and MK Ultra and Charles Manson.
Oh.
And then the other one that I finished was I listened to Bram Stoker's Dracula. And so that was the last. You asked what was the last books I listened to. That was them. But back to the wardrobe. What was it? The Witch, the Lion in the Wardrobe. Did you ever?
Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah. Okay, so what I've heard, and I'm hoping you guys have something to say on the subject, because I don't, unless somebody can remind me. Like, we can probably look it up, but I had heard that if you overlay the whole story of the Chronicles of Narnia, that it's also related to maybe the Bible. And that certain characters in there are like Jesus and Moses and like all these. Like if you overlay them, it's the same story but just done with a lion as like a giant. I guess I don't want to say metaphor, but maybe like a symbol. But anyway, I don't know if you guys have anything to go on that. Like. The fact that this book came to you in your mind, and you still haven't read it, it just sounds like this big question, like, where the hell is this book, and what's it all about? And, I mean, I hope I didn't just twinge your thinking about the book, but like, that's what I had heard, and I don't know.
I heard the same thing, and it's like I haven't really read the book myself, but then I hear this and that about it and everything, and I wanted to kind of see that, how it said that the lion's kind of like a representation of Jesus and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's a little bit more history on the Chronicles of Waylon. I actually went to a church school for maybe 2 years or so. And so, like that, and also how I mentioned, my dad used to take us, or played in churches and all that stuff, sang and everything. So I'm pretty familiar with the Bible. So like that. You mentioned that it has some similarities, and I wanted to kind of, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to see it too, or read it, was because I wanted to see what it was talking about, and what similar traits they shared, you know?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm still on the hunt, yeah.
Hey, all right. So you're still on the hunt to get it, and you've been trying to check out the similarities that they were talking about. I was about to ask Sky something, but I think he just took off.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, what was that?
I don't know.
Whoa, that's weird. I heard a door open and close.
That was me, yes.
Okay.
Okay, that was why.
Yeah.
Well, it was sounding weird. I almost had to stop everything because like we were hearing this like weird. I don't know if you guys heard it. The weird clicking.
No, I heard it, but it went away now.
Okay. Yeah.
It's all good.
So Sky, you're into a lot of stories and all that, like writing. You're a writer. And you have like a pretty extensive knowledge of the writing that's out there. Did you hear anything about this whole, the? Wait.
Well, not. I mean, I'm trying to. Well, I again, me myself have not read the book either. But I'm even trying to remember the storyline of the movie.
Well, there's a dimension, right? There's a portal.
When they go into
the wardrobe is
closet.
the portal, and they enter this new world, and it's, I guess, abundant and full of animals, but there's shit. I don't know. I'm waiting it now because I haven't seen it in a long time.
Well, also in that there's witches and. Right,
like fairy creatures. Help us out here, Waylon. He's like, hey, I too have not read the book. All right, but wait a minute. When you brought this movie up, weren't you gonna? Hold on, my mic's all jacked here.
Well, I guess have you heard any of the comparisons, or how it aligns with the Bible, or is it like a sub story, like all this happened on the side, or?
Not so much, I guess, I kind of heard, like, the main one I heard was, like, how the lion's supposed to represent Jesus and all that stuff. But, actually, like, I guess, the only movie I've seen was the first one, and I didn't really see much of, like...
Although, sorry to cut you off, bro, but doesn't the lion dies and then he comes back, right? And that...
Oh, shit.
Right?
It's been so long.
Yeah, no, because then the lion dies in the war, or that happens where he goes, or then he...
And then he's like he's back on high or something. Like
suddenly he's there and warm, but it's... So maybe is this a theory, or I wonder... That's the thing, is it a theory because it works out, or is it...
I think documentaries have touched on it.
It's legit.
Like legitimate comparisons have been done. So when you brought this up, were you saying that influenced your third project, Waylon?
Not really,
or we were talking about your dreams.
Yeah.
Right.
So with the dreams, like that, I just kind of I guess in a way keep an eye out or something like that, because it's kind of weird, because I dream about something, and that sometimes it kind of like deja vu kind of type of deal.
Yeah.
So then I'll be like, hey, something about this feels familiar, So, which is that's a whole other thing itself, talking about dreams and I guess all that. So I don't know. That's just more one of the.
You dream every night?
Almost every night, yeah.
And you remember them?
Yeah, that's a good question right there.
Yeah, I remember bits and pieces of them, and I try to talk with people about their dreams, and and it's kind of for me, it's kind of shocking to hear. Like, you know, some people be like, "Oh, I didn't dream last night," or I don't remember. I mean, yeah, I don't remember everything too, but you know, the fact that, you know, some people are like, "Oh, I didn't dream." Really? I don't know. This kind of blows my mind that, you know, not everybody dreams when they go to sleep. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten the ability to control your dreams?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you familiar with lucid dreaming?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. Something like there's like a variety of things, you know, like lucid dreaming. I've done my research on that, both like on online books and, you know, in person, you know, actually trying to test some theories and what people talk about and everything. But yeah, I have gained some abilities to control or do stuff in the dream.
Anything you can remember?
You know, like it's kind of that point where you're just kind of like, well, where am I? You know, like, you kind of think like, wow, I was just laying down not too long ago. Why am I in this big field? You know, now there was one dream in particular I remember is kind of like I fell asleep and then when I guess started remembering stuff, it was more I was in like this old house that I used to live at, and I was actually outside, and then I started walking around wondering why I was here or at that place, and then like the sky was all white. It was white, but like these threads of like red and stuff were across the sky, and these weird, like, I guess the best way I could describe them was like cow-like animals, I guess, you know.
Cow?
Were around. Yeah. I don't know, they reminded me of cows for some reason. And I was just kind of wondering, walking around, like, what am I doing?
Wow, that's cool.
What about you guys? Any lucid dreaming for you guys? Anything?
Yeah, no. I wanted to tell this story about when a while back I really wanted a motorcycle, like really bad. Like I was checking them out and researching them and like looking into it. And then one night I dreamt I finally had one. And it was like a dirt bike, and I just kept, like, it was at nighttime, and I would just drive it, and I'd fucking, in the dream, I'd lean my head back and just smile and, like, close my eyes, but I'd be watching myself kind of third person, like you were saying, and all the star lines would be, like, flying over my head, and the wind's blowing, and I'm just, like, going on a motorcycle, and I was driving it and going everywhere and coming back, and it felt so good. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to wake up and drive this in the morning. So I'm going to put it over here and hide it and wait for it. I'm going to put it where it'll be sitting here when I wake up. And I realized, there it is. And I woke up and I got up and I could have swore it was going to be there, and it wasn't there. But it was like I wanted it so bad in my daily life, it started controlling it in my dream. Or it just kind of showed up, which is weird because, like, with your dream, did you have any kind of exposure about the book before it popped up in your dream?
Not just that one that, like I was mentioning, like, with the book and everything. It's just more, I don't know, like I was preparing for a journey or something, like a plane ride or something.
Whoa.
And I was looking for something to, keep occupied. So I don't know if it's kind of like a representation of like what's going on in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, going on the journey of the Rona and all that, looking for something to keep occupied.
Oh, so this was recent?
Yeah.
I see. Wow. Yeah, it's just been crazy, huh? It's getting, people are getting all tense out here. Everybody's worked up.
Yeah.
Well, it's filling time. That's I think, and it's pretty crazy how you talk about this book and how the kids go into this closet and now they're in this magical place, or I'm pretty sure it has a name, but yeah, no, I think during this Rona time, we're sort of needing those escape magical places where we can disappear for a couple hours at least in past time. How are you? I guess it's been almost a year of this. What you're talking about, the Rona, but I guess what have you learned, kind of since the time that we dealt with it, like, and everything going on? Like, what have you kind of taken away from, life, or a new perspective?
Yeah. For me, it's just more kind of like, seeing how, the world kind of just changed, kind of like in a matter of, a couple months.
Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah. I remember, because it was just one time, because I was actually pretty early when it first started happening, and all the words gotten around, like how to prevent it, like the social distancing and wear your mask and yada, 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 Mm-hmm. And there's this one time, like, because when I, like, sometimes, like, I just be living life and I kind of forget that, there's the Rona's going on,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I remember we were in the store this one time and we needed assistance from one of the workers to unlock something,
Yeah.
And I was trying to look around for one of the workers, and I actually seen one, and I was trying to approach her, like, hey, like, can you help us out? Like, I was talking and walking toward her at the same time, and, like, this look on her face was like, oh, like, she was scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Terrible.
Yeah, like, she was, like, scared of me, and I was, like, me, I'm like, I was just still walking toward her, say, hey, do you think you can help us out over here? Like, steps toward her and everything, just kind of asking her. So she was like walking backwards, all scared, like, yeah.
Put her hands out.
So then I was kind of figured. So I was like, is there something on my face, or what's going on? Yeah, like this was like before, like the masks and everything.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then I was kind of like I said, walking toward her, and she was like backing up, scared and everything, and I was like, what's going on? And this was in the city too, in Tucson. So I kind of like, forgot that the thing was going on.
Wow.
Yeah, I kind of. Well, I know a few times when like at Costco, like pre-corona, like if there's someone that needs help with one of those big ass 32 water liter bottles, like, I was trying to like be nice and like, and the lady was like, no, like, I don't want your shit, I don't want your germs. And then it's just sort of like, oh, they're in that kind of change. You think you're doing the right thing, but yet it looks awkward to the other person. Another thing, I don't know, we got time, but you were talking about on one of your recent posts that you said you found your MySpace pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that era, or at least, is MySpace the end or the beginning? Because it's sort of like now we're all doing what MySpace did on like, Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. So I thought we could reminisce on some MySpace shit. What came to your mind when you saw these pictures?
So, the backstory on that was that just being home, not really got not much to do, And so I was on TikTok and scrolling through the videos and all, and I seen this video about somebody talking about MySpace. And so then I kind of like, oh yeah, I remember having MySpace. Like it was back in the day and all that, And so I forgot my password and everything, so I was trying to look in there because I knew I had some pictures from like way back then too, like 2010, 2009, like all that. Like, so then I went on this I guess journey of trying to remember my password and trying to reset passwords and all this stuff.
Yeah. And
so I almost gave up on it, but then I finally got through to it. I was like, all right, yes. So I got in, and then it was funny actually. Like I don't know if any you guys seen MySpace, the website recently. Like a lot of it.
No.
Yeah. A lot of it is kind of like I don't know if it got like corrupted or something happened to the site where like stuff that was on there, it's not all there.
All right. I got an experience with that. I thought it was like a censorship thing. Like I made a photo where I was standing behind this like really big curled up saguaro, like it was one long saguaro and it was curled up, and I stood behind it like it was a cock, this big picture. Check out my saguaro, and I put it on the background of my old MySpace page, and it turned it into like hundreds of little tiny square photos. That's what it went into. So you couldn't really tell what it was until you got real close. And way back when I went back to check it out again, just I guess the same reason, like to reminisce, and they had blocked out all the photos.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like a censorship thing though. Like, is that what you were talking about? Like it looked like staticky.
So from what I've seen, it just took down like a bunch of stuff, and it like I guess it like the whole layout of the web page kind of changed too, and like when you go to like photos and stuff, like there's squares, like something used to be there, but then like it doesn't show, and like the page takes like forever to load, and when it's finally loaded, nothing still shows up.
Oh.
And so, like, just certain things here and there pop up, and I seen that. And so that's when I seen, like, a couple of photos that I took a long time ago, MySpace angles and all that,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Old school.
Now, did you ever have a MySpace, like the band, the music page?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so with that, too, like, because there's, like, a bunch of songs that I remember, like, especially around the era where, like I mentioned earlier, where my brother had a band, and they toured with a bunch of local bands and stuff. And I remember I was trying to look for this song from this local band from Tucson, but, I found their page, but, like, all the stuff, like, the songs they uploaded and everything, those are all gone, too.
Jesus.
So, but back then, yeah, I did have a music page too. It's just funny, like at that time I was still like in high school, and I didn't know what to call my projects and stuff. So then I just remember having this teacher that used to teach autumn history or something, and he was talking about this place called Dirt Burns or something like that. Like, I guess it's a place out here somewhere, but it's an autumn word. But then I was laughing because, like, the way the teacher said it, he kind of has his accent and everything, so I was, like, just ran with that. Dirt Burns. So then I called it, like, Bert Derns, like, switching the D and the B, basically. I don't know. So that's what I was under when I was on MySpace, was Bert Derns.
You Do you have a lot of music, or wait, was there a limit? Or
I think there was like a couple songs, but like at that time I only had one, which is basically it was kind of funny. Like I guess when I first really started messing with the digital music and all that. And I had one song up, and it was just me and my friends messing around. I took like a couple recordings of him and chopped it up, put a beat behind it, and kind of make this whole story of him flying through space and all that, fighting aliens.
Fighting aliens.
Nice. What about any other MySpace memories? Bob?
I was just thinking, like, didn't you?
Kinda.
I feel like I went and listened to your music there.
Yeah. Well, what was cool is like you could email bands too. Back in the day, and like local bands, you could actually, they might even respond. And I know I got some apps. I got an app once through a MySpace deal, which is, I mean, like, I'm thinking back now, I'm like, damn, MySpace was like Facebook, Instagram, like all these, what do you call that, Craigslist, Yeah. But I guess, pretty much Facebook is now, because to me, MySpace was sort of sold as like those kiddies compared to Facebook when I went to school. I mean, in my first year in Tempe, when I went to school, they sold Facebook. Like you need to join because it's how you keep in contact with who's important. But MySpace was like, oh, let's have fun and we'll leave a comment and. But I did have a music page too, but yeah, I think we only could put up 3 songs, but I think at the time we only had 3 songs recorded to put up, so like I don't remember if there was a limit or not. But yeah, that was kind of to me it was like a taste of what the internet could do. Compared to now when we have smartphones and I was just laughing because on MySpace we had to like upload our pictures to our computer to put on our page, but yeah, now we have smartphones to do that all in one thing, which is kind of funny now that I think about it because it's like, damn, how hard were we wanting to get a picture online to upload, but
when you mentioned Rent-A-Flick, I was like, fuck, we used to have to drive 30 miles there and 30 miles back to watch some fucking movies. Now everybody's got it on their TV.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, you'd really, really want to have to watch a movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I remember Home Alone, because I remember being amped about it on the way home. Like,
I can see you sitting on your back seat, like,
I mean, that's how you build anticipation.
Yeah, I guess so.
Have you guys heard of that website, Space Hay?
Space Hay?
Hey, no.
Nah.
It's somebody had recreated MySpace, the look. Like how it went through. I don't know, like how long you had your experience with MySpace, but like it went through a bunch of transitions for, like, you remember the classic, the blue and the white and all that, and then like it looks exactly like the classic MySpace. It's called Space Hay.
No kidding.
It's I guess like us that have experience with it, go back and feel the nostalgia again, of MySpace.
Hey, could you adjust your mic or something, man? Like, or whatever you're doing, like whatever phone you're on.
Yeah.
Like it keeps making this like chopped up noise. So, what was the purpose of it?
It is basically like, how like how we're doing right now, you know, reminiscing about like how things were back then and everything, you know, and somebody had created that website just to kind of replicate how classic MySpace looked back then, you know?
Huh.
That's pretty. I'm gonna check that out.
Well, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. What you ever remember being like any excited about any movies growing up? Like how I'm talking about, like any movie that stands out to you that's like your shits and gigs before you even put it in. Pause. Yeah, you're still kind of like wavy. Hey, talk, Waylon.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if it's my computer.
It might be
going on.
my connection too. I don't really get that much good service out this way.
Oh. Okay. That's right. You mentioned going to Rent-A-Flick and seeing what you're renting. Like, wasn't that shit like all VHS? Like,
yeah.
Like at some point, didn't they start kind of having DVDs? But it was like I remember the horror corner too, and like that's how I used to like judge movies. Like, oh, I want to watch that, and at certain ages I couldn't. Like, oh, we're not gonna get you that. So I go to old classics like Sky's talking about, and but yeah, it was like, damn, like even VHS wasn't that great, like. but we still have like this dusty ass collection of VHS in my parents' house. Like,
it's funny.
Out in Coldville.
My bad. You got me all excited. No, because like I guess like movies had to have a bomb ass cover, and like they only put like 2 pictures in the back or like one if you were lucky. But yeah. That was kind of hard though. Like now, like I don't remember if all the movies at Rent-A-Flick had covers, but I might be getting that mixed up with the Autumn Video.
Yeah, Autumn Video is a little different.
Oh yeah.
But damn, talk about old school reminiscing.
Yeah, I really didn't go to the Rent-A-Flick that much until after. So I'm trying to remember the layout because it's like, I imagine like, because it was like a trailer and you're walking in a house, but like they made it like film part. But it
kind of looked like a library, like a bunch of shelves, and corners were kind of boxed out with shelves, and you had to walk between them, and then there was like a big countertop that separated like where the actual movies were. Like you weren't even looking at the actual video, you were holding like an empty box with a picture on it, and that's usually how, as a kid, I used to like judge. Oh, I want to watch this. Look at this badass picture. It's usually some weird ass like alien thing. Oh, I gotta watch this.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too? For like I have this memory of the Rent-A-Flick trailer being actually like a really big ass trailer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like, you know, but that trailer's still there, but then like when I drive by it, it doesn't look as big as it was back then, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like a mind blowing that, you know, they had so much of a selection, but then when you see it now, it's just like, how'd they fit all that in there?
Yeah. Jesus. And then if you just think about like what we got, like it's all digital. Like we used to hold a physical object. I'm always talking about it, but like, man, if we ever got hit by like some kind of radio disturbance and it blew out our electronics, like a lot of shit like that could disappear. You know? It's all electrical now. It's all electric. It's this software.
Gotta go back to telling stories like the caveman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Still do all the time. Here we are. Here we are.
We're kind of chipping at that right now.
Yeah, as I say, we're doing it.
Well, hey, Waylon, I think me and Bob always talk about, like, how the film industry has changed with this Rona, but do you think going back to the theater is going to be a thing?
Yeah, kind of. Like me personally, I lost my interest in like the theaters, movie theaters and everything. You know, like I don't know, I'm just not really hyped about going to go see it on the big screen and everything like that. I'm more of a stay home, rent it or stream it kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that, I still believe that it's going to have something going on. People still want to go get that experience and everything. But
yeah, the big screen. I think that's all that's left is the big screen. God help them if we all get big ass free TVs,
Well, yeah, for real. Well, I think that's what someone was saying the other day. It was like they need to kind of change the game a little. They need to up their ante a little, like spice it up. Parking's like do some crazy shit that theaters aren't doing to get people to come back.
Yeah.
Do you remember when for a while they're actually coming out like 3D movies and all that?
Yeah, shit. That's an old concept, but they brought it back. Like, oh, it's new. It's an old school idea. I mean, they've gone pretty freaking deep with it. Do you have something like that you watched?
The only one that I really can think of is that what is it? That Final Destination.
Oh yeah. I think wasn't it the third one too?
Yeah. That's the only one that I actually have. Like it's like a 3D movie where it comes with the glasses and all that.
Oh, really? There you go.
That's but I don't know. I just kind of thought about that when you guys were talking about something new or do something. But because I remember like a couple of years back they kept making like everything in 3D and all this stuff. But I guess that was kind of like a trend that's kind of faded away again.
What would be cool is like how they did the hologram Tupac. Like they do a hologram film.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, you can kind of just interact with it, or not interact with it.
Woo.
You're in it. Bless you.
Thanks. Are you talking like interactive movie, or are we talking video games again?
We're talking not interacting, but feeling like you're in it, because they're actually walking around with you.
Wow.
It's like you're in the plot, but you don't have no role in it.
I think like a horror film would probably be the best way to start, or like a zombie thing. Zombies still hot right now. Like everybody's doing zombie something. I guess I'm just saying what I would like to do. I'd like to be in like a. I thought we were talking about like the games where they have like a warehouse and it's all, lit up, like interactive with the headset or something.
That sounds awesome too. I was just throwing shit out there because it's like, what could the movies do to make it better?
Speaking of zombies, have you guys heard of that? What is it? That movie called Blood Quantum?
I don't know. Just describe it, because I think I have, but
it's basically a Native American zombie movie.
Oh shit! Okay, no, I haven't, and I want to watch that now.
Yeah, I just recently heard about it myself too. It's off of it's a service called Shudder. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's on Shudder, I haven't seen it myself. I just recently heard about it too, and I mean, just the concept of natives and zombies, that kind of blew my mind. I'm a big zombie fan myself.
Hell yeah! Damn it! Well, now I need to start a free trial here. Yet another one, that won't end. But I love scary movies too. Like, I love it.
Damn. But that's kind of interesting how, like, films are, like, a film like that might not get to be on a big platform right away. I'm going to check it out, but yeah, I don't even know what Shutter Space, I got to get that too.
I think that the whole native zombie thing is 1 in a million. You kind of have to, like, I guess a zombie movie isn't unique, but, like, I always like trying to support the native film industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something to it, and books too. All right. Do you guys have any last words? Like, I'm out of time. Like, I gotta start getting ready for work here.
I think we tapped into a lot of stuff. So, I think, like I said, this is an ongoing thing with the podcast. So Waylon is always welcome to come back if you want to chime in on other things or something you're doing.
Yeah, the first time talking with you, I guess this is for you and everybody else. You're helping kick this year off. We'll first introduce you, like, get to talking with you, and then if you come back on, we'll pick something to talk about or whatever. Like, we'll branch out, and we could actually start talking about what you want to talk about.
Yeah, man. Glad to be here. There's like a variety, wide variety of topics I can go off of. We can talk about,
Good. Yeah, no, I've enjoyed this. This has been interesting.
For real, that's cool. No, it's cool though.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, yeah, man, you're welcome to come back and. We'll start making contact and talking about these things. I'll be sure to check out your site, or how do you have any information like that people can find you?
Yeah, you can, like, all my, like, the music that I have up right now. You can go to SoundCloud and look up "Go Home Gordy."
Okay.
And it's all one word. Other than that, I'm always posting on, like, Instagram. I got a Facebook, too, but, I haven't really used it lately.
Well, on Instagram, what's your Instagram there?
It's just Waylon Throssell.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. I think I saw you on there. All right. Well, I'm going to hit that big red button, guys. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. I always enjoy this. Look, you have more guests to look forward to. Like, thanks for coming in, Waylon.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Sweet.
Thanks, man.
Good job, guys. All right, I'm hitting the button here.
Hit that.